curry your whole head. And God said, just a little dab of faith will do you. You know, and I got to reading, and I found 4 times in the New Testament where Jesus says, "Oh, ye of little faith." Matthew 6:30, Matthew 8:26, Matthew 16:8, and Luke 12:28. And I stopped thinking about that, and so many times when we read that, where Jesus says, "Oh, ye of little faith," our first thoughts are, "And have none." That's a lie. They just had a little. Huh? They had a little. He didn't say, "Oh, you are faithless." He said, "Oh, you of little faith." You know why they had little faith? You know why their faith was so little? Because they hadn't partnered up with Jesus Christ. They were still trying to figure out why they couldn't do something. It's a relationship. You build a relationship with Jesus Christ. He had faith in you before you even knew what faith was. So much so He died on the cross for you. He knew you could be something great. One either has faith or does not have faith. It's kind of like a woman. She's either pregnant or she's not. There's no compromise. It's impossible to be a little alive. You're either alive or you're dead. There is no way to be a little saved or a little unsaved. You're either saved and justified or you're lost and damned. It can't be measured in degrees. Either we trust or we don't trust. Well, then what is meant by the expression, "ye of little faith"? Romans 12:3 tells us, "For I say, through the grace given to me, to everyone who is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly as God has dealt to each one a measure of faith." Look at your neighbor and say, "Guess what? I got a measure." And you're going to look around and say, "Man, I wish I had the measure that he had or that she had." You do. It's just a matter of who you're going to use it. God wouldn't tell you He gave you a measure of faith if He wasn't going to give it to you. Matthew 17:20, "So Jesus said to them, because of your unbelief, for assuredly I say to you, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you." Another parable Jesus said is in Matthew 13:31 and 32. He put forth him saying, "The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man taketh and soweth in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds. But when it is grown, it is greater than the herbs and becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air can come and nest in its branches." You might look around and you might not think you've got mountain moving faith. You don't have that much faith. Yes, you do. He said if we had the faith of a mustard seed, if we continue to carry that mustard seed in our hand, it continues to stay little bitty. It's when we plant it. It's when we take that mustard seed out of our control and we put it in the ground and we start nurturing it and watering it and caring for it and watching it grow. Do me a favor this morning. Take your faith and plant it.
Amen.
Come on. Huh? Plant it. Don't keep hold of it for yourself. The only way your faith is going to grow and expand is for you to start using it. Well, I pray and nothing happens. Keep praying.
Amen.
How do you know something's not happening? How do you know that your faith isn't what turns the situation around? Just because you don't see it at that moment with your eyes doesn't mean that your faith was worthless. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. Plant your faith. Where do I plant it, Brother Cliff? In the soil of your heart. Knowing that God is who He says He is. That He resides within you, and that when you plant something in there, He'll cause it to grow. You want joy? You got to plant it. You got to wake up every morning and determine, you know what? I don't care. Every time it goes, I'm going to be happy today.
Amen.
And I promise you, when you do the first thing, when you go outside, walk out your house, something's going to be wrong. You got two things. You look at it and say, God, what happened? Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. You're going to mess up my day. That's God, I'm going to be happy. Devil, you can stick that back in your Bible and smoke it yourself, because I ain't got time to mess with that. That's mine. I got joy. I got the joy down in my heart. Down in my heart. Down in my heart. I got the joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. Ain't nothing gonna take my joy. I'm the happiest man on the face of this earth because I choose to be. Step on my toe and I'll say bless you. I might want to punch you, but I'll say bless you. You ain't stealing my joy, man. You're not going to steal my faith either. My measure of faith is mine. It's been given to me. And I've got a choice to use it or just set it aside and let somebody else use their faith. Huh? You got the ability to have mountain moving, tree uprooting faith. He said, if you speak to the mountain. There's another verse in there I got that says, if you speak to that tree and tell it to pick up and go over there, you go. So that's mountain moving, tree moving faith. How much more do you want? But you got to plant it. You got to put it in the soil. You got to start nurturing it and activating it, helping it to grow and prosper. You know why churches don't grow? They don't cultivate it. They don't nurture it. They get their 4 and they're happy. They don't need no more. See, 17:6, the Lord said, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you can say to this mulberry tree, be pulled up by the roots and planted in the seed, and it will obey you. What more do you need? Why do you want to keep sitting back thinking, oh dear God, Lord, increase my faith, increase my, Lord, hey, dude, He's giving you all you need. Use it. Don't wait till you call Brother Brent and say, Brandon, I need you to be praying for this. I really need you to intercede for me. I know you got great faith, and I believe in you. Dude, you got the same faith Brandon's got. You got the same faith Brother Floyd's got. The difference is they choose to use theirs. They choose to plant it, cultivate it, and watch it grow. They keep expecting bigger and better things. They're never content with the same old, same old. They want more. I want to see more of God. I want to see the hand of God in action more. Yes. Well, Brother Luke, you don't understand. I don't know the Bible that well. Okay. I knew a man, he could quote you the Bible from Genesis to Revelations, and from Revelations back to Genesis. Quote you the Bible, front to back. Never miss a word. You know what he told me one time? He said, that ain't the key. He said, the key's not to read it, to go over it, to know it. The key's to live it. To believe what it says and apply it. Come on. People tell me, well, I post a scripture on Facebook every morning. I've been doing this for, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 years. Every morning I get up and post a scripture. Out of all that time, I had one guy come to me and say, how come you do it out of the New Testament? Why don't you do it out of King James Version? It's the only version there is. Really? Last time I looked, there's a bunch of versions. He said, yeah, but the King James is all one. I said, no, you're wrong. I ain't going to argue with you, but are you reading Hebrew and Greek? Well, no. You're right one. It's all translated. Get one that you can understand. Well, some of them leave out scripture. Okay. Then look in your King James and see what they leave out and see how it really affects the scripture as a whole. Am I saying there's anything wrong with King James? Oh. I think it's great. But I think God gives men the wisdom and the ability to translate it into other languages so that we can understand it. Right. I'm not a thee or thou type of person. I wasn't raised in New England. I'm a hey you and heck yeah and talk on it. Huh? Paul was a redneck. Says so in Scripture. He said, for I reckon. Make me feel comfortable. I fit in. Matthew 21 and 21. So Jesus answered and said to them, assuredly I say, if you have faith and do not doubt, you will not only do what was done to the fig tree, but also if you say to this mountain be removed and be cast into the sea, it will be done. Church, it's time to put the devil in his place. Yes. It's time to put the devil, Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, it's time that you put him where he belongs. And when he starts trying to throw doubt into your mind that when you pray or when you ask God for something, it ain't going to happen, you need to tell him, you know what, I don't think you quite understand this. But my Savior said that if I speak to this mountain, it's got to go. Now you can take your doubt, and put it in your pipe, you can go back on that rock in hell and settle it and smoke it. Because I ain't buying into it today. It's time the church stood up and recognized, you know what, it's the enemy putting those lies in our mind. And it's time we start taking back. There's things that he's taken from me, he can have. But my faith, my confidence, and my trust in what God is capable and able to do, he can't have it. Amen. He can't cause me to quit believing that God can still do miracles. It's set right there. Amen. God's raising up an army with a little bit of faith. Because if I take my faith and apply it to his faith, and he takes his faith and applies it to your faith, and her to you, can you imagine the amount of faith that's sitting inside this building right now? Oh, watch y'all back and give me them do that all over.
Yeah, that's right.
Think about that. If you have a measure of faith, then you have a measure of faith. You have a measure of faith. You and you and you and you together in one body
Come on,
with our faith, believing that nothing is impossible
come on.
for our God. Oh, y'all feeling that?
Yes.
Y'all get what could happen? It's kind of like a volcano that's been setting and active for so many years. All of a sudden, the smoke starts puffing out. And the ground starts to shake. All of a sudden, you hear a rumble. And this hot, molten lava erupts. And it devours, it just takes over everything it touches. What if God's church became that volcano? We became that lava. What if we start listening and expecting the smoke to start coming out, for the ground to start rumbling? And we start applying our faith together and believe in the impossible, what God's capable of doing. I'm about to have me a Holy Ghost moment. They'll say, I believe in the Holy Ghost. Well, hang around him. Because he's all over this place this morning.
Amen.
Huh? It's a volcano. I ain't got that in notes. I ain't got that nowhere. That just come out of the Holy Ghost right there. I tell you, he's fixing to erupt. We're fixing to take over. Everywhere we walk. I had to go to a funeral Friday, and I'm sitting in the back. And this is the lady that I've known. She's done my taxes for 22 years. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, she was younger than I was. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be just amazing with her laying in that casket, and they've already embalmed her. They've taken the vital parts. Wouldn't that be amazing? If just all of a sudden we heard a, let me out! You would have emptied the funeral home. Huh? Oh, ye of little faith. It didn't mean they didn't have no faith. They just wasn't expecting to take action. Huh? Can you imagine that? Let me out! And somebody brave enough to walk up there and say, she says, let me out of here. Now, the way we see it, the way the world looks at it, there's no possible way for that to happen. Dude, that doesn't look right. She's done. That's just a shell. God created the shell. God can put life back in the shell. You say you're stretching it way out there now, Brother Cliff. My God said, if I speak to a mountain, move, the mountain picks up, and oh, he wasn't talking about a literal mountain. Why did he say mountain then?
Amen.
I truly believe God said what he meant what he said. We turned it, well, he's talking about the mountains in our life, our problems. Okay, I'll go with that too. But he said that if I speak to that mountain and have enough faith to believe that God is capable of moving it, and it's going to go wherever I tell it to go. Period.
Amen.
So what happens if I walk up to someone that's laying in a casket and I say, in the name of Jesus, rise up and walk? What am I supposed to expect? How many of you say, well, it ain't going to happen? It might not the first time, it might not the second time. But if I have faith and not doubt, huh? Acts 10 and 20. Arise, therefore. Everybody say arise. Arise. It means get up. Go down and go with them, doubting nothing, for I have sent them. We give you a little news flash here. A little weather bulletin that runs across that you pay attention to. God has called each and every one of you. And God has sent every one of them. You say, well, Brother Cliff, I ain't been in church. I ain't been doing exactly all I've been supposed to be doing. You know what? We can change that today. You still have a measure of faith. Don't. God give everyone, to each He gave a measure of faith. That means that everybody sitting under the sound of my voice, you've got a measure of faith. Time we quit sucking on the sugar tip. I'll talk that. It's time we get on the meat of God. Amen. It's time we start chewing on the good stuff, the goodness, the wholeness, the fullness of everything that God's got to offer us. It's time we plant our faith into the Word of God, and if He said it, believe it. And that settles it. Come on. It's time to stand up and be grown-ups. You've got something in your life you need God to take action on? Pray in faith. And don't doubt the fact that God's going to do it. How do you do that, Brother Cliff? You just keep praying for it. You thank Him for it. You act like you've already got it. If you ask God for something, He hears you. Anybody believe that? Amen. Now, I don't know how old God is, but I'll just be willing to say His hearing ain't been affected. I believe He hears every prayer, every word that's said. And when you ask it, He hears it. What do you do at that point? Keep asking Him for it? I wouldn't. I'd say, thank you, Father, for hearing my prayer. Thank you, Father, for doing the impossible. People around me are doubting what's going to take place. I know, Father God, because I know who you are. You're the great I am. It's done. In the name of Jesus. Celebrate. Celebrate. So many people come to church and say, man, I'd love to go down and give my heart to Jesus. I got to correct some things. I got to do some things up in my life. I got to do this. No, you don't. He said, come as you are. You ain't got to worry about quitting nothing, changing nothing, or doing anything different. Because God will clean you up. He'll change what He wants you to change, and you'll never even realize He's changing. It'll just happen. You say, well, what can I do? I don't know. That's between you and God. One thing about refuge, we ain't got a list of do's and don't do, brother. It's between you and God, it ain't between you and me. This morning, I want you to plant your faith. Quit carrying your mustard seed around in your hand. Plant it. Watch it blossom. Watch it grow. It said it'll grow into a tree where the birds will nest in your branches. You plant your faith is going to become so big and so strong, people are going to cling to you. They're going to want what you've got. Huh? They're going to come to you for shelter and strength. That's where we nurture them. That's where we disciple them. We help them to grow their faith. We help them to plant it and build up. Volcano, guys. It's a rough right here. The ground is shaking. Stand with me. really feel God in this place this morning, guys. I'm not just saying that. I feel His presence. I feel like, I know He wants to do something here this morning. He wants to touch somebody. He wants to encourage somebody. He wants to uplift. He wants to help. He wants to give peace. He wants to give a healing to someone here today. And I will not embarrass anybody. I'll not come to you. I'll not drag you out. I'll not call you by name. But I would like for us all to be honest with one another here this morning for just a few minutes. Okay? If you would, bow your heads and close your eyes. And please honor the privacy of each individual here today. If you're here and you've never accepted Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, all I want you to do is slip up your hand, slip it right back down to signify, Brother Cliff, I'd just like for you to be praying for me, please. Not embarrass you. I'll not come to you. Maybe you're here and you've not walked as close to God as you know you should. Maybe your relationship with Him is, you've kind of separated yourself from Him. And you know in your heart you're not living as close to Him as you know you ought to. If that's you, just slip your hand up, slip it right back down. I see that hand. I see that hand. I'm not going to come to you. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to be praying for you. I'm going to be lifting you up in prayer. Anyone else? Right now. Brother Cliff, I just need a closer walk.
Yeah, come on.
I need to be closer to Him. I need some things in my life straightened out. I've tried to do them on my own. I just don't seem to make much headway. I'm ready to surrender to the Lord. Is there anybody here? I see that hand. I see that hand. You're here this morning and you're hurting in your heart. You're discouraged, disappointed, you're battling depression, you're facing anxiety, and you'd like to have a peace in your heart. If that's you, slip your hand up, slip it right back down. I see those hands going up everywhere. This morning I'm going to ask you to do one more thing. If you raise your hand, I'm going to ask you to come to the front and give it all to God. Tell Him to take it, to restore that peace, give you that comfort, give you that joy, to draw you closer to Him. There's no shame in stepping out. Step out in faith. This is where you can plant your faith, to step out and expect God to do what you've asked Him to do in your own personal life. Remember, if you hang on to that mustard seed in your hand, it'll always be the smallest seed. But it's when you plant it. Let's plant some faith this morning, folks. Let's expect God to do some big things in our life and through us. I don't think any of us have gotten to that point or that place in our walk with Christ that we've got all the faith that we want. I want to experience that mountain movement, tree planting type of faith. I hear people talk all the time. I want to see a move of God. I want to see a Holy Ghost move. I want to see the Spirit of God. Guess what? You can't move if you don't. You've got to have enough faith to believe that God can use you in that movement. That you step out and step forward and say, now, Lord. speaking to somebody right here, right now. Come on. You know beyond the shadow of a doubt that the Spirit of God is speaking to you right now. You're trying to, you're thinking, well, maybe I can do it next time. What if there's not a next time? Come on. What if this is the God-ordained time and moment that God has set aside for you to step out and take that leap of faith? Now, I could end this right here, right now. We could all dismiss and go home and be happy. But if I did that, I would be not following what the Spirit of God is leading me to do right now. And if you get mad, you just have to get mad and get over it later. I'm not going to rush the Spirit. God's wanting somebody to step out in faith and trust Him in their life. Let me ask you a question. If you knew that at 8:30 tomorrow morning Jesus was going to split the eastern sky and make His appearance and take His church home, would it change your decision this morning? If you knew this was the last full day you're going to have here on earth before the Lord come back, would it change the way your decision goes this morning? I'm not saying He's coming back at 8:30 in the morning, but I'm going to tell you this. He can come back at any moment.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's time to prepare and start making our place and getting ourselves right and ready.
Come on.
Church, I need you to pray. I need everybody in here right now to be praying. Don't be watching what I'm doing. Don't be worried about what I'm doing. I need you praying for the Spirit of God to move on those individuals. If that was your son or your daughter, your husband or your wife, you'd pray hard. Well, it's somebody's son or daughter, it's somebody's husband or wife. You need to start praying right now for the Spirit of God to stir them and release them to move this morning. I want to ask one more time. If you're here, and I don't care what the situation is, I don't care what the need is. If you've got something in your life that you know you need to bring before the Lord, I want you to get out right now where you're at. Step forward, come forward, and let's pray. Please. You say, it sounds like you're begging, brother, because I am. But you see, it's important. It's important. There's eternity hanging in the balance of this decision. And I know that God is dealing with a heart or two here this morning. I know that. And it's either pride or self-confidence or something that's holding you back and keeping you from stepping out and letting God become the Savior and Lord of your life. No, this isn't a game, guys. This is you can't just serve God when it's convenient for you. This is a life and death. This is eternity right here. And if I didn't do what the Spirit of God leads me to do, I've disappointed Him and I've let you down. have faith in you. I believe in you. And I believe God wants to use you if we just give Him that opportunity. The last call. If you're here and you've been struggling with staying where you're at or stepping out, stepping forward, step out. Grab a hold of the person that's beside you and have them come with you. Or if you don't want to do that, raise your hands. Do this. I'll come get you. I'll walk down with you. It's that first step. It's the first step is the hardest. But once you make that first move, the Spirit of God will walk with you the rest of the way. You'll never be alone. I want to thank you for being here this morning. I pray that God spoke to you through song or through word. I pray that it touched your life and give you some confidence to step out and plant your faith, and trust God and work in your life. Tonight, Brother Brandon will be teaching. I encourage you to please come back tonight at 5 o'clock. Be a part of our service with us. God shows up. Things happen. If this is your first time here, you were a visitor till you walked through the door. Now you're part of our family. We've got a picture of your license plate. We've got pictures of you. If you don't come back, we know where you've been. But we're honored to have you with us. You're part of our family now. We'd love for you to come back and get involved with us. Watch what God's doing in the refuge ministries and grow with us. It's a privilege and an honor to be in service with you. We don't pass an offering plate. We have a basket that sits on that table right back there. We've got a basket that sits right up there. And we ask that you believe what this ministry accomplishes, the work that it's doing for the Lord. If we think that's good ground, we'd ask you to sow your seed into it and expect a harvest. Come back tonight at 5 o'clock. God bless every one of you. I love you. Thanks for being here. And have a great Sunday afternoon and stay warm. Oh, one more thing. Next Friday night, 7 o'clock, Vista College, 6 o'clock. Vista College is having a graduation. Brother Dustin graduated. We got some others that we know that are graduating. It's at the Civic Center in Fort Smith. If you can be there, you're welcome, and we'd love to have you. God bless you.